Okay, so I've been getting a bunch of questions about wall jumping. I guess going back and watching my first tutorial, I didn't really explain it that well, I guess. I kind of just rushed through it. So I'm gonna try and explain it a little more in depth this time, and hopefully we'll answer everyone's questions that I've been getting a lot of. So pretty much when you're jumping off of a wall, is gonna your rocket placement for jumping is always what's gonna decide where you go. So when you're jumping off of a wall, you have to make sure that you're not shooting the rocket directly next to you. You want to aim it a little bit behind you, because if you're shooting it right next to you, it's just going to end up pushing you off the wall, away from the wall, and you're going to go this way, to the left. So if you aim your rocket behind you, instead of the explosion pushing you to the left, it's going to push you forward, which is where you want to go. And then also based on where you place the rocket vertically on the wall will affect how high you're going to jump versus how far forward you'll go. So if you aim really low on the wall, you're going to go much higher, and like in this case you'll hit this if you go too high, like that. And then if you aim higher on the wall, you might you wouldn't go as high. This wall sucks because it's I'll do it here. I'm not gonna bounce off of this. But if you aim higher on the wall, you just go more straight. Whereas if you aim lower, you go higher. So if I aim really low, I go up and have less horizontal momentum. So yeah. I'm using the original now, and which is different from my other video, but I've switched to the original about 2 weeks ago. So I'm sorry if that's throwing you off now, but it's the same exact concept with the rocket launcher. I guess I'm also going to go into more advanced techniques like Air Strafing, which I might switch into a jump server just so I could use their functionality that shows the keys that I'm pressing, which should be helpful for you guys because Air Strafing is dependent on the keys that you push. So I'm going to switch there now. Okay, actually, before I show you Air Strafing, I'm going to show you one more example of where that wall jump is applicable. This is a jump map on a jump server. And this is the exact kind of jump that you're trying to do. I have to get from this blue platform across the black to the other blue platform. So, in order to do that, you would want to wall jump from this red spot here. They highlight everything of you're supposed to use it. So if you go too high, you'll bounce off the ceiling and you'll never make it. If you go too low, you won't make it to the platform. Like that. So you have to adjust your rocket just right so that you fly and don't bounce. Okay. Now I'm gonna go find a place that's good for air strafing so I can show you that. And as you can see in the middle right hand part of my screen, I got what keys I'm pressing. It shows jump, duck, WASD, which is going to be good for explaining air strafing. Actually, I could start to explain it here because this involves me to jump up, jump over the wall, and then air strafe around the corner. So, when you're air strafing, you want to be not holding W when you're in the air. Never hold W, that's bad. So, what you're going to do is when you're in the air, if you want to turn to the right, you're going to have to hold D when you're in the air and gradually turn your mouse slowly to the right, and you'll start to turn to the right. And then if you want to turn left, you have to hold A and slightly turn your mouse to the left. So I'll show you my strafe on this. Like, first I'll do it without strafing. If I hold W, this is what it looks like. And I just end up in that corner right there. Now, if I... Oh. If I, actually strafe, I can make it around that corner. I can literally turn around the corner. I mean, I hold crouch in the air, but you don't have to. Let me get to a new spot, and I will find a better place to start. Okay, I know this isn't really a wide open area, but this is another kind of a fun jump, that revolves strafing, air strafing. So pretty much, I don't know if you've ever surfed before, but if you are on something like this and I hold, like, D on it, I will slide across. Instead of, if I don't, I'll just slide down. So pretty much I gotta slide across these two, and then jump off of the second block, and strafe around to the left behind it. So... Oop. Just a little too fast there. If you turn your mouse too fast, your turn will pretty much just... you'll kill the momentum. You won't be able to turn. So... Woo! Why can't I do this now? There you go. Like, if you see, I was holding A ever since I got onto that left triangle. I held D on the first triangle, when I hit the second triangle, I held A, and I kept holding A to strafe around to the left, down into this little cubby. So... oh my god. You would never be able to do that just holding W. Okay, since I really couldn't find a good spot on that jump map, I'm just gonna show it to you without the keys on. I mean, you could kind of see what I was doing in the other two special jumps, which are, you know, nothing, you'll never run anything like that in a real server. So I'm just gonna show you on 2 fort because it seemed like a good spot, because pretty much you can use air strafing, you can practice air strafing right on the battlements. You can jump off, strafe around this room, and land here if you strafe properly. So if I wanted to strafe to the left, like I said, I would hold A and slightly turn my mouse to the left while holding A and not holding W. So I'll do that now. And I'll land over here. And it's the same concept for turning to the right. Don't hold W. When I'm in the air, I hold D and turn to the right. And I'll land on the side. Now, if I tried to do that and I just held W, not holding A or D, that's what it would look like. Dirty jump. And I'll just end up going nowhere. Going not where I want to go. Try that again without strafing. Properly. And that's what happens. I just pretty much end up in the water. So, I mean, this air strafing is, once you get it down, I mean, it's not just for doing something stupid like this. This is just a good spot to practice it. It's how you control where you're going with your rocket jumps. I mean, you need it. Like, I air strafe all the time. Like that, I turn to the left instead of going straight to this door, or something like that. You know. It's all about air control, and once you got it down, you'd be a much better jumper that way. Okay? So I hope that air strafing makes sense to you guys. If you have any questions, just feel free to ask. And yeah, I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.